So I want to just give an reminder. I have not been doing this lately. I've been slacking on my Macking. Make sure that you have all notifications on option all. If you're subscribed to my channel, make sure that you have the option all on, because if you don't, half the time you're not going to get your notifications. Also, take it upon yourself to just come over to the channel and see if there's new content. I really take breaks. As you guys know, I took over a 30-day break uh just not so long ago. That won't be happening ever again in life. 7 to 10 days maximum of a break, and that will be it. However, I do update daily, 7 days a week. So there's always content to come over and pay attention to. So I'm just so glad that justice has been served.
Bill, Bishop Lamor Whitehead and one of the suspects glared at each other in court at this arraignment. The NYPD says this became a federal case because of the violent nature of the robbery, but officials aren't saying much about how these two suspects were tracked down 2 months after they allegedly robbed Bishop Whitehead of $1 million worth of jewelry at gunpoint. Whitehead is calling this a victory for a couple.
I know there's a lot of people that are mad in the community, the ones who are judging this man on his past, and it doesn't seem to matter if he's in the right. He's going to always be wrong because they want to find the flaws, which we all have in a person. But justice has been served, because it appears that Bishop Whitehead was telling the truth, that he got robbed. It was not a setup. It wasn't some dudes from the streets that he grew up with in his past life that did a setup robbery for insurance money, which the insurance money was told to be $1 million that he would basically get for his jewelry being taken. These were two young adults in their 20s, early 20s, who were apprehended, and they're facing federal charges for going into the church and holding Bishop Whitehead at gunpoint in the church and robbing him of his jewelry. Those are going to be federal charges, and that also holds a minimum of 10 years. So just having a gun alone, in certain states, you do like 2 years or 2.5 years. And if you get a second gun charge, anyways, in the state that I know of, Boston, Massachusetts, I think it goes up to 5 years. And then the third gun charge is federal, and the feds take it over. All states are different. But because it was a robbery with a gun, it's automatically federal. So the state is not going to have no hands in this case. The feds don't play. The evidence is all there. There's nothing they have to piece together. And once the feds got enough information to indict you, which if this is a federal case, but they are saying it. So if
Full of reasons.
I'm hoping that this clears a lot of things up with my name, as far as, the world believing that I'm a villain instead of a victim.
if that is so, they will do a minimum of 10 years just because they decided to go into a church and take some jewelry for some money instead of getting a job. There's some other things I want to discuss with you guys too as well with Bishop Whitehead that kind of disturbed me. I don't want to clash it in together with this video, but I will definitely posting another video. Hopefully you guys tune in to check that out. I know I have to wean some of you off of the Natureboy content.
And if it hurts.
The brazenness of the robbery was shocking to those in Bishop Lamor Whitehead's church service and watching the live stream.
A very, very violent robbery crew that we saw, with no regard to anybody, going in the middle of mass, holding a child at gunpoint. That's a pretty rough robbery.
And that
Because, Natureboy seems to be a topic of discussion, even though half of you guys don't like him. He's like a Natureboy Percocet, and I have to wean you guys off of that topic. But again, he went to court and he basically said what he had to say, and the news, and I guess, in court, they found the two suspects. They are probably someone that is, they're the age that they could be Bishop White's son, and not any of his associates or friends that he grew up with or would even be associated with. So, I know a lot of people are mad that it turned out that in this case,
You know that we're coming to serve our Jesus, right? And that's just wrong.
he's innocent, but the man's innocent. And again, I want to just say to the masses that, a lot of people were mad at me from saying my opinion about the incident with the woman in the church and him grabbing her. A lot of people made their judgments, in my opinion, on him being wrong for doing that because of his past, or him being a flashy dresser and he's calling himself a man of God. People sometimes get offended by that. He's wearing designer clothes and driving Bentleys and G wagons, and some people it's jealousy and envy. And then sometimes when you have jealousy and envy and that mixes together, some people start to believe the rumors and allegations that are sometimes said about people because of the fact that they are intimidated, jealous. Their life didn't, go that way, and they just want to hate and they want to spread the hate. And it only takes one person make some false allegations up on somebody, and it's like a telephone game. By the time he gets to the last person, it's all mixed up and confused, and then you spread that to the masses, and then they start looking at that person in a different light, and that might not even be the case of what the rumors are that you're saying about this person. But you know people rather live in a lie than to tell the truth, because the truth remains the same. The lie, it goes on and on and on and on. And that's the part of entertainment. Even if it's hurting someone's life, people just don't care, because at the end of the day, it's not their life. So they don't care. It's entertainment. People literally turn off cable just to stir up some stuff online and then watch the train wreck. And it's really sad. This society that's supposed to be evolving. Back in my day, things were a little different, but I think that as years went on, time has went on, people have gotten pettier. There's a lot of hatred in the world, even more so. It's always been, every generation, hatred and greed and envy, but I think it's at an all-time high now. People are just doing too much, and I'm glad that he was able to clear his name, because you have to understand, even if he has a past and he's considered a messed up person or a flashy person, which is considered evil to some people, people have passes, and you can't judge a person on their lifestyle from the past. You can only judge them on what is going on currently. It does not matter what you do in the past that counts. It's what you do with your life in the end. If you are still stuck and stagnant because of your misfortunes, because of your downfalls, because of the things that you've been through in life, because of the things you've done in life that weren't good, and you stay stuck there, you're going to end up like Natureboy, somebody that I do commentary on for those of you that are just tuning in for the first time. You're going to end up in jail. You cannot stay stuck on mistakes that you've made from yesterday. You have to be in the present time. And you have to know that the sun will come out again and you're going to do better. And that's all that really should count at the end of the day, is that you just move forward. And, if your calling is being a pastor or whatever your calling is, helping the community in some sort of way, then do it. Any means necessary, even if you have people that are going to talk about you, because people are going to talk about you regardless. They're going to talk about you whether you do good or bad. And that's just what it is. So, I'm just glad that he was able to clear his name, which he shouldn't have had to clear his name. He was the victim, but he did. It really happened backwards. He cleared his name like he robbed somebody of their jewelry when somebody robbed him of his jewelry. But like I said, there'll be still negative people and negative commentary channels and negative people in the comment section having something to say, because sometimes people don't want to admit when they were actually wrong at this call anyways.